Hello, welcome back to the My Community Made YouTube channel. My name is Edward Fisher Jr. I'm the owner and developer of My Community Made. This week I'll be covering about 2 weeks worth of updates. We weren't able to make a video last week because we were traveling. Before we get into some big changes, I have some quick fixes I want to mention. There was an issue with the deals page where there was actually no deals being displayed. That's been fixed. That issue was created by the removal of Elementor, which I'll get into later in the video. In addition to that change, we've also added a new archive page and a new search page. So those are the templates that you see when you are searching for a product, or when you click on a category, or even when you view a vendor's store. Each one of those has a new template design based on the recent product update. For product pages, the single product pages that you see when you click on an individual product, we've removed the border on the image gallery just to sort of clean up that page a little bit and removes from some of the visual clutter that you see on that page. We also fixed the improper display of YouTube videos. If you use the featured video option for your products, they were showing in sort of quarter size display. We fixed that problem so that now they display in full and that they look normal. They look as expected. On those archive pages and the shop pages, we've also removed the product filters. So we had a category drop-down filter that would show right above those product options. We removed that because in the future we're going to be adding a better product filter system, and it doesn't look right with the new redesign. I talked about in the last video last week about the single product page that you see when you click on an individual product on the website, how we've added that long description to sort of be the default description for all products, and that we need a read more button on that. That functionality is now working, so anytime you have a very long product description, it will load and then there will be a read more button hiding sort of half of that description. If the customer clicks on that, they can read the whole description. The reason we went with using the long description on the product pages is because that has the most content in it for SEO purposes. So it's just the logical best choice for that description. Like I said in that last video as well, you still want to keep your short descriptions because those are what I use for the Facebook ads. So you want to have a nice short description for your advertising, and then you want to have a nice long description for the SEO benefits and to make sure that the user knows everything there is to know about the product you're selling. So this week, one of our big changes is we've converted all the images on the site to use WebP. This is our third attempt at the WebP conversion. We've tried before to use the Cloudflare, the CDN level WebP conversion. We've used WebP conversion using picture tags. This time I've used an implementation called Nginx rewrite rules. And now we have WebP working across the site. There are some minor issues that have appeared with it. For instance, if your images have the words dash rotated in them at all, and that word might be added automatically by some iPhone cameras as well, so you want to be on the lookout for that. But if you include the word dash rotated, sometimes the image will be rotated. I am looking into how we could fix that problem, but there doesn't seem to be a clear one size fits all fix for that. If you're curious as to why we keep trying to implement WebP, even though it sort of brings up all these bugs, WebP images are 26% smaller on average than PNG images. So by converting to WebP, we're getting faster speeds on the entire website, and faster loading pages means lower costs for advertising, and it also means a better experience for everyone on the site. Another change that we implemented is we've changed the default shipping from USPS Priority Mail to USPS Ground Advantage for the entire site. This will lead to lower costs for just about everyone who is using the automated shipping on our site. I am working on the shipping video in the near future that will go into detail in how to add your advanced shipping options. But for those of you using the default automated shipping, you'll notice that your customers are being offered lower rates and that you can now use the standard USPS shipping rather than having to use priority mail. Now, looping in with the missing deals page and the fixes to the archive and the search page, we've removed all traces of page builders completely from our website. So we're no longer using Elementor or any other type of page building software. The big advantage to doing that is it removes quite a bit of code from our site. So while we were using code splitting in the first place to sort of reduce the size of the code, by removing Elementor and removing all these page builders, we can also remove all the CSS and JavaScript for sure. So there's a little less complexity with our code base, and it also will lead to better load speeds, just like with the WebP change. This week I've also started working on changing our store categories. So I've removed some insignificant store categories that really don't belong on the site, specifically financial services. We've removed some of those store categories that sort of came with the website when we started it and that nobody was really using. And we added some new categories. So those are all the updates and changes I have for this week. Next week, of course, is the end of the month, so we'll be filming our monthly update. If there's anything you'd like me to talk about in that video specifically, feel free to leave a comment. You can also email me at support@mycommunitymade.com. And if you're not part of our Facebook sellers group, you should join that as well. That's a great place to ask me questions. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe. We'll be releasing tutorial videos for shipping and for everything else there is to do with the website soon, and you don't want to miss those. Thank you for watching and have a great weekend.